Okay, so this is the Ford Gran Torino. It's a 1973 Super Sport, and it's been heavily modified and restored. I'm going to show a few things on it. I really want to show what is good about it and also point out a few blemishes so that you can kind of see what you're getting into here. So the car, as you can see, looks great from the street. Really cool, turns heads. You don't see a lot of these out there. Let's take a closer look at the body and the paint. So this paint is probably 8 or 9 years old, but still in really good shape mostly. And there's a few blemishes. I'll point those out as we walk around, but you can really see how good it looks here. Let's kind of walk around the car. A few things, as I said, I'll point out a few things that aren't quite perfect. There's a little scrape here on the door that can probably be rubbed out. I haven't done that yet, but that's not too worrisome. Everything else looks pretty good back here. The body, as I say, is in really good shape. Let me get a profile there of that. The doors, trunk, hood are not all perfect, so in a perfect show car, all these lines would be a little tighter than this, but they're pretty good. Not perfect. This car was assembled from a couple different vehicles. Has these cool lights in the fender. I mean, in the bumper. I think this is the last year they did these, was '73. I really like that. It's really cool. Got the big fat tires on the back. Again, really turns heads. You can see the exhaust system as well. There's headers on here. We'll look at those in a minute. Again, body's pretty decent here. Little scratch right here. I think that could probably be rubbed out pretty easily too. So decent paint. A little rubbing here on this door. And here's actually a little blemish here. It's going to need some work. That actually came from putting it on a trailer years ago, and I haven't fixed that yet. The only other thing, and I think this is probably the most significant problem with the car really, is some cracking here on this hood. So you see the hood's in good shape, but right where this cowl comes in, there's some cracking at each of the corners. That's that's really the worst thing about the car. It needs some attention and some effort. Okay. Other than that, good shape, as I said. No rust that I know of that I've seen. I've been over it pretty well. So let's take a look at. Oh, one other thing. Even though you see the car parked in the street, and it usually is out here in the street, I always keep it covered when it's raining, so it hasn't been out in the rain or anything like that. All right, let's take a look at the interior. So in here you can see the interior has been redone substantially. The seats are in great shape. They're vinyl. Very nice, very clean. The carpet's in decent shape. It's not perfect. Take a shot of that if you don't mind, but so it's workable. The doors are great. Like, if you could get a shot of the interiors of that door and back in the back as well. I don't know how well that's showing up. Yeah. And also maybe the back deck. There's a stereo system installed. There's 2 speakers in the front doors and then 2 speakers in the rear deck. I don't know what brand they are. That was done by the guy that owned the car before me. They sound great. The stereo head is actually broken. Yeah, get those shots of the gauges and stuff. But I've had it checked. The electricity to it is fine. It just needs to be replaced. The gauges, I think, work. However, they are not connected at the moment. So let's start her up, perhaps. This might get loud. we said. If you can even hear any of this. It's a Cobra 429. As I mentioned, it's been bored. It's a mighty engine. I'm sure you're getting the sound effects now. Also, a lot of the accessories are chrome, the water pump, the fuel pump, the power steering pump. You know, I put some aftermarket stuff there. So, completely redone and customized to here. Ignition is custom. You can see the poly carb. You can see this is where the nitro system comes in to feed the carb, so forth. Engine is really the best part of this vehicle. And of course, a lot of that good sound coming from the headers, max flow exhaust. Yep. So that's it, really. Oh, the trunk. Let's go look at the trunk real quick. There's the bottle for the nitrous, of course. I also moved the battery back here to put a little more weight in the back. So there you go.